Gates of the Arctic National Park and Preserve is one of 8 national parks in the state of Alaska. The entire park contains around 7,052,000 acres of land, making it the second largest national park in the United States. This area is thought to have been inhabited by nomadic people since as early as 10,500 BC. The Inupiat people, among other groups, lived in the region between 1200 and 1900 AD. The park was named by Bob Marshall in 1929, and it was made a national monument on December 1st of 1978. After the passage of the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act in 1980, it was made a national park. Many landforms have formed due to glaciation and tectonic action, including notable features such as Fortress Mountain, Castle Mountain, the Arigach Peaks, and Mount Igikpak. I hope that I pronounced those names correctly. Parts of the Brooks, Endicott, and Schwatka mountain ranges are located within the park, and it contains 6 rivers. Most of the park has a subarctic climate with rainfall year-round and minimum temperatures as low as negative 42.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Much of the park is boreal forest with spruce and poplar trees, but north of the Brooks Range lies an arid Arctic desert with temperatures that range from negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, depending on the season. This national park is considered to be one of the least visited in the country because it is located in a very remote area and contains no roads or other infrastructure. Still, some camping is allowed in the park, as well as limited sustenance and sport hunting in the National Preserve portion of the park. I personally am putting visiting this park on my bucket list simply because from the pictures I've seen, it is beautiful, and I love the idea of visiting the most remote, least traveled national park. That would completely eliminate the problem that I've had with all the national parks I've visited before, which is that they were all very crowded, which certainly detracted from the natural beauty. There's nothing like waiting in hours of traffic in a place that's supposed to be wilderness. I have a feeling that that wouldn't be a problem in a park like this. Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve, not to be confused with Glacier National Park, is located in southeastern Alaska. The park and preserve combined total around 3,220,000 acres of land, much of which consists of marine ecosystems and, yes, glaciers. There are no roads leading to the park, so it is usually reached by boat or plane. The park has likely been inhabited for about 10,000 years by the Tlingit as well as the Haida and Eyak in prehistoric times. The first European to explore the area was Jean-François de Gallo Comte-Laperoux in 1786, and in fact, one of the glaciers is named after him. The region was also frequented by Russian fur traders in the mid-18th century. On February 25, 1925, it was declared a national monument, and it became a national park on December 2, 1980. The highest peak in the park is Mount Fairweather at 15,300 feet. This mountain is part of the Fairweather Range of the St. Elias Mountains. And as the name suggests, the park also contains many glaciers, 1,045 to be specific, including the Marjorie Glacier, Latoya Glacier, Taku Glacier. What I'm painting here is the John Hopkins Glacier, which, unlike some of the other glaciers in the park, is slowly continuing to advance. After John Muir visited the park in 1879, the Muir Glacier was named after him. At the time, this glacier was the most active in the park and almost 300 feet tall, but on September 10, 1899, it was hit with an 8.0 magnitude earthquake and collapsed into the Yakutat Bay, so it no longer looks as impressive as it once did. Different areas of the park have ecosystems ranging from coastal forests, wet tundra, ice fields, and alpine tundra, and there are a total of 6 climate zones which range from subpolar Arctic to warm summer Mediterranean. Interesting. The average annual minimum temperature of the park is 4.2 degrees Fahrenheit. I've said before in a previous video, but I'll say it again, I think that glaciers are so pretty. The colors are so beautiful. Blue ice has such an unbelievably pretty color, but I don't think that I really captured that in this painting. I started another painting that I liked better, but my recording software decided to crash in the middle of that recording, so I only have this one. I think that the colors are a bit too dark, which makes it look almost like it's in the middle of a storm, but it's good enough. Kobuk Valley National Park is located in the Arctic region of northwestern Alaska. It is about 25 miles north of the Arctic Circle and covers over 1,750,000 acres of land. Like Glacier Bay, there are no roads leading to the park, so it is usually visited by plane. For this reason, it is another one of the least visited national parks. The park was created under the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act on December 2, 1980, to preserve the 100-foot-tall Great Kobuk Sand Dunes, which are the largest active Arctic dune fields on the continent. There are two other sets of sand dunes in the park south of the Kobuk River, the Little Kobuk Sand Dunes and the Hunt River Dunes. The park is estimated to have been inhabited for about 12,500 years, and during the 1899 gold rush, 32 prospector camps were established in the area. Today, Kobuk Valley is inhabited by the Inupiat people, and it has a subarctic climate, meaning that it has year-round precipitation, cool summers, and an average minimum temperature of negative 47.1 degrees Fahrenheit. Snow occurs year-round, even in the summer, though wind and rain are more common, and summer temperatures average at around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but they can get as warm as 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The park is a transition zone between boreal and tundra, with the typical Arctic and subarctic wildlife. Because the park is north of the Arctic Circle, the sun stays up between June 3rd and July 19th, and it is only up for about 1.5 hours on the winter solstice. The aurora borealis, or northern lights, can often be seen in the winter. This is another park that I think I might like to visit someday. I have to admit that I've been thoroughly terrified of polar exploration ever since I read about Ernest Shackleton in 3rd grade, so this park might be about as far north as I'll be willing to go. I haven't painted the Great Kobuk Sand Dunes here, but I did look at some pictures of them and they look really cool. I've developed a weird fascination with sand, specifically with its color, so I may want to do another painting just of the sand dunes themselves. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I do plan to make this a series, and there are a total of 63 national parks in the United States, so that leaves 60 more national parks to go. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Bye!